What's going on, YouTube? It's Q back here again with another video for you. In today's video, I'm here to review my current Milltek catback exhaust and tell you what it's like, what I do like, what I don't like, and how I'm about to modify it. What I have on my 2024 Acura Integra Type S is the catback from Milltek with no resonator on there, and that's kind of a mistake, but I'll let you guys hear that in just a moment. So what I got here today, I'm going to add the resonator to it. Why is that? It's just simply too loud, and I'll demonstrate the drone and some of the zones. Sounds amazing though, sounds fantastic, but now I'm about to see what it's like to put a resonator back on there. Wish I could have ordered it that way, but I thought I wanted the most extreme, but ended up not liking that. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. So I'm on my way to ARC, Auto Rennen Cars. They have been doing all of my recent work on my cars, and also we do have something to fix on here because I did show you all during the installation that something was wrong with the connector to get the valves to open and close. It was manufactured backwards, and now it fell out, so now it's always open, which is good to me, but the car is too loud. Sometimes I want that baffle to be closed, which is not able to do at the moment, so I'm going to get that taken care of as well. Thoroughly been enjoying this exhaust, minus the little drone, so I'm going to demonstrate that all. But before I do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for the channel. Let's jump into it. This Integra can fit everything in there. So now we all loaded up. Put all my backpacks in here too, so we Gucci. One thing about this exhaust, it's not going to start popping until the engine heats up. So right now, all the pops is going to be rather tame. There we go. So love's popping around 2,000 RPM and around 4,000 RPM. There we go. There it is. That's so good to always hear. But what's not good to hear? Drone. I'm going to demonstrate that in just a minute. An hour, still get backfires. So this exhaust is going to be borderline obnoxious depending on who you are, because I'm interrupted by race car friends. But yeah, this exhaust is just, it can be a lot for certain people, and for myself definitely, especially with the valve not opening right now, so it's a little bit too much, especially if I drive in certain neighborhoods. Sounds like gunshots. And that's not a good thing, and people are looking around. This car doesn't, some people might not assume it's this car, so I don't want to startle people for no reason. But the worst thing about it is going to be the drone at cruising speed, and it might not pick up on the microphone, but it just drives me crazy. It's cruising around 70 miles an hour. It's going to be at 2,500 RPM. So around 2,500 is going to kind of suck to be cruising because it's just a loud drone. On a scale to 10, I give it like a 4 or a 5, and that's exactly why I'm going to get this resonator installed right now. So had it not drone, this would be a close 10 out of 10. A little bit on the loud side, which my previous exhaust, I like my louder exhaust, but not overly obnoxious. I just like it to where you know I got an exhaust on here. The more aggressive you drive it, the more aggressive this exhaust is going to get. I love that. It adds so much character to the car. It already has subtle pops, but now it's definitely more pronounced. Gotta love that. Highly recommend one of these. It is on the pricey side. I'll drop a link for both of these exhausts in the description, but buyer be warned, it's on the pricey side. Build quality is excellent. The sound, the tone that you get out of here, fantastic. Damn. Every downshift, every upshift is great. And if the valve would close, it'll definitely negate a lot of that. I'm not even sure when the plug came undone. The dealership noticed that. We're going to get that hooked back up today. And you can hear like the resonance around 4,000 RPM is kind of, you hear like, I don't want to say a rattle, but whatever the tone of this frequency is just making something go zzz. It's annoying. And I don't like it, to be honest. But hopefully the resonator fixes that. It's going to tone it down a lot. Hopefully not too much, because that would be a bummer. I'll take that thing right back off. A huge shout out to Milltek. They got this the resonator sent to me in like a day or two. Very fast shipping. But it's like anything from 2,500 all the way up to like 3,000 RPM is going to want a drone. So if you cruising on the highway, you're going to have to go over 80 to kind of get out of that drone. And just cruising on the regular streets, just doing like 35, 45, you're going to have to upshift early to avoid the pops if you got the exhaust open, and to avoid the drone, or just rev up really fast past that zone drone or the drone zone. And also, like while we're cruising here, adding more throttle is going to make it drone a little bit more. What we got in the box here, it's the resonator. That's it. This is my old exhaust sitting over here. It looks like it's gonna go towards the front. As I damaged my stuff, whoops. I wish they sent the instructions. They never send instructions with these. Well, I'm about to get the car lifted up so we can get this added on. So this piece is gonna eliminate the drone. I hope. I'm not sure. I haven't seen another review on it, so I'm about to be the guinea pig. Going to add this on and take the straight pipe piece off. Uh-oh, looking up under here, we see some more. I wonder did they just not clean that up, but I'll keep an eye on this oil. So we might have to go back. I don't know, that would be terrible.
Here, at top of that.
Where'd you say it's at?
The black connector on the side of the starter. That looks pretty fresh.
All right, gonna have them check that out again. And it's down up under here too, right? Yeah, definitely up under there. Looks like more oil, so Acura coming back at you. Back there as well. And these exhaust videos are saving my car. We didn't have many instructions, but to connect the new mid pipe between the front pipe and the center pipe. And if it's the center pipe, you would think there's nothing between the front, but I'm assuming this piece right here. So we're gonna get that down. Hopefully this is old oil. Don't know, can't make a conclusion yet, but I'll keep my eye on that. But we have to remove the whole exhaust to get that front piece down. But this is what we're looking at down here. So this is the catback, and what's gonna change is right up here. We still got the front piece in there all the way up, but we're changing. This is what was on here. We're going to put the resonator on. So simple swap. Well, we did have to take the whole thing down, but that's what's going to be the difference. That's going to muffle it down some. Got the resonator so we can be a little bit quieter. So we're all buttoned up underneath here. So this is where the resonator is at. This piece is longer than the piece that was removed. So we had a little bit of issues up in here. So once we were vibrating this, making it go up and down. So we were getting some noise of it hitting the heat shield up there. So my guy Hal, he pushed the heat shield up some more so we don't hear any annoying rattles. But other than that, this was kind of hard to get on, man, with this piece being longer than the other mid pipe that came down. With that being more difficult to install, it was harder to put the exhaust on these hangers here. So Hal had to work with that, and it was much more difficult with that piece being longer. So Milltek's got to work with that. What we're doing now, the wire that was just not connected at one point from, I told y'all the connector was backwards and I guess it just vibrated and came off. Now we got to work on the solution to keep it connected. So, because that's going to be an annoyance. I can have it all the way open. Part of the reason I got this exhaust because it's valved. I can open and close it, but now it's just going to be always open, which isn't a bad thing all the time. But sometimes I don't want to hear my exhaust, so we need that activated. So the problem we have with this connector we got this groove right here, and it's not big enough to go inside on this connector here. So once you push it up in here, which I had 2 hands, it's not latching on to anything. As hard as you push it, it just won't connect. So we need a more pronounced nub thing right here. I'll just cut the connector. Now it does what it's supposed to do. Now we don't have to worry about gluing it together. So that's going to be the last part. Going to zip tie it up because had a little bit of heat from the exhaust, melt a little bit of the insulation on the wire. So about to zip tie that up so we can be good. Outside, shout out to Hunter Gang Nate. So we're about to do some rev exhaust clips, and then I'm going to drive around and see if that drone is gone. But it's quieter at idle, so is that a bad thing? I don't know, but we'll see how it is. Huge shout out to How, huge shout out to Ali. Go follow them on social medias. I'll put their link in the description. ARC, Auto Rennen Cars, ARC. Go check them out, man. They're a performance shop and they sell cars. They got nice cars like these, and they're for sale too. Got the GT3. Z06. Let me know which car y'all want me to come back and do a review on. Z06, the Lotus, or the Miata. spun a couple blocks with the new resonator on here already, and the car has definitely chilled down a whole lot more, almost a little bit too much. But so far, I think it did resolve the issues that I had with the drone. Much quieter, and comfort mode is more closer to stock than what it was before. So I did do a test on the phone. Even in sport mode, I was able to hear, and that's all I really cared about. And it still retained the pops, which I'm going to demonstrate. So right now it's been in comfort mode. Comfort mode was never really the problem. And now that I got the connector plugged in, I can open and close, open and close. Now I'm gonna put it in sport mode. Pops are definitely still there, which I'm so thankful for, but it's toned down a lot, and it can get aggressive at times. Still got my loud pops, but it's muted a little bit more. But the most important thing, in that sweet spot where I'm always cruising between like 2,500 and 3,000 RPM, I do not have to yell. It strains my voice. I got a raspy, deep voice, and I gotta yell to like hear on the phone. Well, probably don't even have to yell, but it's so loud inside the car that I can catch myself yelling, which I don't like that. Yeah, drone definitely gone. So this is ended up being like an OEM plus. It does get louder than OEM in Sport Plus mode, but it's not as loud. It was definitely louder. Like that thing was like pop, 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 poo, poo. Thing sound like World War III. But this one is definitely toned down. We're gonna see what it's like on the highway. Feels like the pops have a little more bass with the resonator. Definitely a lot more bass. Alright, now we're getting louder. And it's going to take a minute for the exhaust to break in. That's just how exhausts do. Get a few hundred miles. There we go. That's what I'm liking. So once you get a few hundred miles, the exhaust settles and it'll get more refined. It's going to get louder over time. So most of the exhaust is already broken in, but since I got that one little new piece, I'm gonna need that to break in. So let me sit at the drone, the RPMs. Definitely smack that like 25, 2600. It would be right here, gone. I don't even hear it at all. I don't hear it. This is where it was most annoying at doing the speed limit on the highway, and now it's just not there. Good job. The resonator did what I wanted it to do. It took away some of what I love, but I'll take it. I'll take less obnoxious pops, which I love so much, but to get no drone. Like I hate drone with a passion. I cannot drive a car with drone. When I first bought my Hellcat, it had drone out the box. I'm like, dog, how they can sell a car with drone, a stock car with drone? That was wild to me. And then when I put this on, I was loving it. But then the more I drove it, I'm like, dang, this car is quite loud and quite buzzy to drive. Even the stock exhaust on the Integra Type S is a little, that resonance that I mentioned earlier, like it definitely goes off the A pillar on the passenger side and sometimes the B pillar on the driver's side. Like that's annoying. With this exhaust, it doesn't do that at the same RPMs. Like I mentioned earlier, like around 4,000, I hear something like in the middle of the car, like the buzzy sound. But this is going to be it. This is what I wanted. Oh yeah, this is going to be a pleasure to drive because, man, driving in the hood with this car doing all those pops, I don't want to scare people, and it's still going to do pops, but man, those pops was like indistinguishable from gunshots, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So I do not want to startle the wrong person. So this exhaust ended up doing exactly what I wanted, even more so than what I was thinking. 'Cause I like thunder, like I love a deep exhaust, and this is going to deliver that. Even though this is just a 4-cylinder, this thing sounds right. There's not a whole lot that you can do to an exhaust on a 4-cylinder, but this 2-liter turbo from Honda making some pleasant noises for what it is. And that stock tune on this Integra Type S, marvelous. Thank you for that. I know there ain't no black wing. Is that a black? No, ain't no black wing. So for what it is, the exhaust without the resonator, out of 10, I'll rate that 8 out of 10. And this one, without the or with the resonator, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Just because, like what the other one had going for it, the sound was great, fantastic, loud, and that's what I like. But the drone is off rip. It's going to take 2 off, and it wasn't just subtle drone. It was like it was like pretty annoying. But this one, the drone is completely eliminated. I gave it a 9 because I do like the deeper tone of it. But it would be a perfect 10 if it was still a tad bit louder, because I do like my exhaust to be a little bit louder. This is like what people would call OEM plus. I like more than that. I like aftermarket plus. That's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you want the Milltek exhaust, I'll put a link in the description. So go ahead, check them out if you're interested. With that being said, I am Q checking out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Drive safe and peace out.